There's the man himself over there. Morning, Jim. Load number 1 go good? Good. Jim's gonna take off with truck number 2 here. Dad's at the doctor getting a cortisone shot in his other knee. The one that they fixed last fall is pretty good. And we got Allstate Peterbilt here. They're gonna pull into the other side, start working on the Peterbilt that's sitting over there. All kinds of fun stuff going on today. I'm gonna let those guys do their thing while I do a little grading on the driveway and then hook up the rock picker. It's cold out. Nothing likes that, including me. This crushed concrete that we put in on the driveway has been doing a really nice job. I like it a lot, but we got a couple high spots that we need to knock down before we take this blade off to have the rock picker hooked up for a few weeks. That looks much better. We had a pretty good hump right here. A lot of water issues right here, so we're working on it. We'll get a few more loads in here after we see how this packs down. Right, Anna? Hey, Didge. How you doing today? Where you been all morning? Come here. That's easy. Now I got to run this thing in the shop and put on what I call the hammer strap that goes on the hitch. It bolts on basically another tab that's bolted onto the hitch so that the Clevis style hitch on the rock picker can slide in between the two. It's a lot more supportive that way once you get the pin through there. So you'll see. It's up into the 30s now, so I don't need to bring it inside. There we go. All right, stop. Hammer strap time. Boy, do I love a good dad joke. But before I can get to the rock picker, I gotta move this beast. I'm gonna need a better pin there. I'm also gonna need to take the quick hitch off, or else it's gonna get into this. Ask me how I know. But before Jim gets back, I need to make sure I've got that other truck loaded so he's not standing here waiting for me to load that thing. The dust is swirling around just perfectly so that I can't see anything. Can't turn the camera on when I'm near the truck at all either, or it gets behind this crappy Canon lens that they build this junk out of that won't autofocus. So I need some glasses. There. Those are cool. Jim was already back before I finished loading that truck, so he's gonna take off and get out of here. I'll get the next truck underneath. Busy day. That's a good thing. That truck's loaded. Dad's gonna take that to the ethanol plant. I'm actually gonna go check a field out here and see how dry this thing is. If we can get on this field tomorrow, we'd like to spread some fertilizer out here tomorrow morning, run some tillage. It's not looking good down here. This is always a wet part of the field, so it's not unexpected, but we'd like to get that new planter out and going as soon as we can, just so that we've got it dialed in before things get really busy, because I'd assume it's gonna take us some time to figure that thing out. It's not dry, not really wet. Maybe instead of getting out and kicking the dirt, the best way to check the moisture underneath would be to get after it a little. Yeah, that worked. Actually doesn't look too bad when you till it up a little. Alright, I would say 70% of the acres are okay in this field, but the 30% that aren't are not. I don't think so. I think I'd wait to dig it until Thursday afternoon. That was a lengthier delay for me than it is probably going to seem like for you guys on video, but ready to go again. Got the big pin. Just needs a little wiggle. That's what she said. Normally I'd pull this thing into the shop and work on everything, but since Allstate is in there and they got the valve cover off on the engine on the truck, as well as having the turbo open, I'm going to leave the doors shut on that shop as much as I possibly can just to keep the dust out of there. So I'll work out here in the 35-degree sunshine. See if I can figure out how to move Dad's pickup. First thing on the list, tire pressure. Got another truck back already. All right. What do you think, Didge? Huh? You want to check tire pressures? Oh, Anna got jealous. So the tire pressures are good, but it does appear as though we potentially have a bit of a hydraulic oil leak, kind of up in this area here. Not so much here or here, but right here. Got to be coming out of this area somewhere. Hopefully it's not a seal. It looks like, well, it looks like a mess. That's about what it looks like. I'm gonna guess a 24 and maybe a 21 or 2. See if we can get a little movement out of those fittings if they'll tighten up. Well, that one snugged up some. I don't know if that's enough, but it moved. Well, that one's pretty good. May as well check the other side here as well, which is also a mess. Well, the good news is it's not nearly as much of a mess, and it tightened up quite a bit, so that fitting was loose for sure. I'm going to want to keep an eye on this though, make sure I know where it's coming from. So I'm going to clean that mess up a little bit here, and I think the best way to do it is with some WD-40 Specialist Industrial Strength Degreaser. We got it all cleaned up here. Now we'll be able to see a little bit better if that thing starts spraying. And now I got a message from Dad saying we broke something over here. It's always fun to hear something broke over at the bin site. In this part of the country, bins provide a really good return on your investment, but man, they are a pain in the neck. Yep, we broke something. So there's a shaft that runs up through here out of the, comes from underneath the floor. So this is the sump right here. This is the center sump where the corn comes out. And the shaft must be right here. I got my finger on it. I can feel it right there. That shaft comes up through the floor, runs up into here, into the gearbox. This is the gearbox that runs the power sweep. Basically, if it were a car, the drive shaft broke. Which, if you happen to be a fan of the 6X modified racing team, you know that I've done that a few times too. Kind of inside, not very funny. Kind of sad mostly. The silver lining is that the sweep is nearly halfway around in this bin, so it won't be quite so much work to clear out room. There's a cover underneath there. We'll have to shovel this corn down into the sump so that we can access that cover, get underneath the floor. We've also got an issue in this bin. We can't get the sweep running, and I think there's a sump plug. Besides that, that red motor back there has also gone bad on us. So I'm gonna climb in here with the shovel and open that up right there. This corn's sitting pretty decent. I'm not too worried about it.
Should I start it up? Should I start it?
Yeah.
You want this?
I don't want to walk back for it, just keep it going.
I can throw it there.
Just keep it going. I got it halfway. Changed my mind.
Okay.
I got it halfway, but the damn thing won't open up all the way.
Hopefully the gate isn't broke.
I'd say there's about an 80% chance it is either broke or it came loose. I know we fixed them in this bin before. Yeah, it came loose. It's only halfway open.
It's only halfway open?
Yeah. There's 2 bolts in the shaft. They're both good.
They're both good?
Yeah. So here's bin number 3 out of the 4 we're currently pulling out of. We don't know what the problem is, but I believe in this bin there's a chain underneath here. So we'll have to get under the floor, either over there or over here, to get to, yeah, it'd be back there. Oh, let's see if I can feel. I'm betting it's the chain underneath the floor that's broke or off. Either jumped off or broke the gears or broke the chain. Whew, it has not been a real efficient day for me, so tell you what, I gotta get the rock picker going, and then I need to get the field cultivator out. Oh, maybe I'll touch the Mendeco first. I don't know what I'm gonna do, but I'm gonna spend a lot less time on the camera, so just, here we go. Try this instead, see if I can swing my... I can't do anything left-handed. Hey, look at that. Ooh, headway. wrecked the threads on this new bolt yet. We're picking rock. We're gonna get the field cultivator out here either tomorrow or early the next morning. And then we're gonna do some planting. We're farming! There's a decent one there. See if I can get under it. There we go. Some people look at this machine and question why we need it. They think it's a worthless, expensive, slow machine. But I look at rock boxes on the front of tractors and think, well, that's pointless. Who gets out of a tractor for a rock that you can pick up by hand? See, in our part of the world, if you can pick them up by hand, we don't generally worry that much about them. And yeah, they break things. The next question is, where do all the rocks come from? I thought you picked them all last year. Family's been picking them for 150 years. They just keep coming up from underneath. Heavy frost pushes them towards the surface, tillage rolls them out. Believe it or not, this rock pile was picked down to just about nothing 5, 6, 8 years ago. And this pile right here is only one of them on a 90-acre field. There's definitely a lot of places farmed in the world that are much rockier than this. I mean, we don't have a lot of small rocks. It's just those big ones that get rolled out every year. So I had to point out, this machine is not that worthless for us. I'd love to stick around out there and keep going, but I really want to get that Mendeco hitch switched and the control box mounted and a few other odds and ends. Plus, it's still a little bit too wet out there and we don't have to be in a hurry, so I'm not gonna be. If there's one thing I hate having sit outside, it's a planter. So this one is not going to. I got the rock picker going.
Okay, that sounds good.
I already picked a bucket.
Well, that doesn't surprise me. You probably didn't go very far.
And no, I didn't. No. Farmers use big tools. Getting there. On her way. Need a battery. We are full category 5 now. I got the control box mounted. I got the receiver mounted for the GPS. We're ready to go other than making sure we got diesel in it. Mm-hmm. Onyx, you gonna let me out? You run the door.
Yep.
He's not beating up on the dog. The dogs are fine. Dogs are playing. See? Those two never quit. I'm gonna keep moving on some stuff here. It's only 5:30. There's plenty of daylight left. But I'm kind of sick of carrying a camera around, and I feel like I've probably got a video that's long enough already that Becky's gonna be upset with me. So thanks for watching.